All right, what's up, gang? Just a little heads up. This stream's going to be mostly in Canadian French, but I also speak English, so feel free to hang around, enjoy the show, and jump into the chat anytime. I'll sure do my best to interact with y'all and shout you out as soon as your messages appear on the screen. Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. On that note, let's get started. Alright, salut la gang, juste un petit heads up, ce stream-là va être principalement en français québécois, mais je parle aussi en anglais des fois, ça dépend avec qui que je joue. Fait que gênez-vous pas pour rester, profitez du shit show, puis me jaser dans le chat quand vous voulez, je vais faire mon possible pour vous répondre, puis vous donner un petit shout-out dès que je vois votre message dans mon écran. Si vous voulez me laisser un like puis vous abonner à ma chaîne, c'est super apprécié. Sur ce, on commence ça. Fait que ce soir, on commence une nouvelle série. Ça va être sur American Truck Simulator. On a Mike avec nous autres ce soir.
Salut tout le monde.
On est à l'épisode 1. On a eu quelques problèmes techniques avec le jeu. Ça crashait pas mal. Mais on a fini par réussir à setter la game. Fait que, on commence ça. Raison pour Coca-Cola. On s'en va dropper à 2 miles, fait que 4 km pas loin. On va aller mieux sans quand son... Ouais, on se voit. On va aller mieux son s'embraye. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait dire allô?
Salut.
En ce moment, j'ai le setup dual monitor, mais dans le stream, on voit juste l'écran principal. Moi, devant moi en ce moment, j'ai tout le dash au complet. Là. Greyhound. Ce que j'aime bien de ce jeu-là, c'est quand tu arrives à des ponts de péage, ça fait la même, faut t'y passer, c'est pesé. Pis tout comme dans la vraie vie.
Ouais.
C'est pas arrivé. Le GPS, le GPS, il s'était pas, mon gars. J'ai fait le saut, mon gars. J'ai pris la courbe un petit brin trop vite.
Un GPS.
C'est comme dans GTA, là. J'utilise le GPS, moi, pour me rendre à quelque part, là.
Non, je connais ça map par cœur, voyons. Les heures qu'on a passé ce jeu-là. Mais les anciens ont connu le Day One, par exemple. Donc le online était tellement buggy que tu pouvais pas rentrer dans un serveur. Là.
C'est... Un semi-remorque, calice. On m'a pris 2 shots, mais lui, pareil. Moi, je pille. Alright. Oh, là, on a notre truck à nous autres. Fucking restore machin chose, la map. C'est où qu'il y en a un? 2024, hein? Ouf.
Je suis pas, moi, je suis pas dans le game. Moi, je suis pas au même jeu, là. Quoi?
Ah, dans dedans. J'ai le goût de faire le tour des États avec toi en truck live.
Ouais, c'est ça, ce serait quand même fucking sick, là. On vend tout, on s'est un camper, pis on vient plus.
Yes. Service station, c'est moi qui est cave.
Ouais. Ah ouais, moi, t'avoue, j'étais en train des clous.
Ah, c'est fatigué.
Ouais.
Correct, d'où.
Yep, moi, je vais y aller. Yes, tiens.
Ah,
Ok, c'est good.
c'est ça.
Yes, tiens.
Not a même.
Ouais.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
You might not have heard, but Goldco, Florida legalized gold and silver. My home free state of Florida made it legal to use gold and silver as money. I knew it was a great idea to move down here. Governor DeSantis saying this is our ability to give you the financial freedom to be able to protect yourself against the declining value of the dollar. And I guess all the inflation under Biden and Harris and skyrocketing national debt, not to mention recent, credit downgrades. Things are going to turn around under Trump, but it's going to take a while. This is why we have partnered with the top precious metal company, and I'm a customer, just like many of you are. I pick Goldco because they're the best. And if you want to learn more about how gold and silver can help you protect your money, reach out to my partners at Goldco. Now, the last 2 years, we've hit record high after record high after record high. I can't guarantee that continues, but I've always taken a small portion of my savings and put it into precious metals, and I've never regretted it. Learn more, do your due diligence. Just go to HannityGold.com or call 855-815-GOLD. You'll get a free 2025 gold and silver kit, and you'll learn about their ultimate bonus silver deal that they have going on right now. It's 855-815-GOLD. HannityGold.com on the web, HannityGold.com. All right, when we come back, we'll hit the phones. 800-941-SEAN is our number.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
Good evening, it's 10:30. I'm Michelle Wright, and this news is being brought to you by AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. Our top local story this hour, the extreme heat in Metro Atlanta this week is being blamed for at least one death.
When temperatures rise, hospitals see more patients suffering from heat-related illnesses.
We have anything from just heat cramps, if you will, like muscle cramps related to electrolyte loss.
Dr. Douglas Olson with Northside Hospital for SciTel's Channel 2 Action News. One patient in their system came in with a body temperature of 104 degrees and was unconscious. He may have suffered a heart attack and died. The man had been working outside in the heat. Olson says the mortality rate from heat stroke is very high. Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
The international travelers that are having an easier time, they're making it through the world's busiest airport as summer travel heats up.
Customs and Border Protection are rolling out the new Enhanced Passenger Processing EPP system, and Area Port Director Clay Thomas says it's cutting wait times and benefiting passengers.
I think at the end of the day, when they're less stressed because there's more time to make their connecting flight or see their loved ones who are waiting outside, of course they have a much more positive experience.
Travelers using the system for the first time agree. This man telling me,
oh yeah, it was a lot faster than usual.
The service is offered in 7 other U.S. airports. At Hartsfield-Jackson, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
The White House is pushing back on the findings of a preliminary intelligence report that undermined the success of President Trump's strikes on Iran.
On one hand, the president is saying it's too early to know. This defense assessment is incomplete. And then on the other hand, he is saying with complete certainty that the facilities were obliterated, destroyed. It can't be both. And so the question has to be somewhere in between. The White House also touting some Israeli intelligence that indicates that the damage may have been more severe than what this preliminary assessment.
Meanwhile, Nancy Cortez reports that the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, says that the U.S. is seeking talks with Iranian officials. Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. becomes the first player to declare for this year's Home Run Derby. Announcing his decision shortly before taking the field against the Mets tonight, this year's Derby is going to take place July 14th at Truist Park. More worries for America's largest EV seller.
Sales of Tesla vehicles in Europe plunging in May, down 28% from the same month a year ago, lower for a fifth month in a row. Even as the market for EVs in the 30 European countries actually grew, sales of cheaper Chinese-made models made up for a lot of those lost Tesla sales. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
It's 10:32. Live team coverage of traffic and weather is coming up next.
A word of caution for motorcycle riders. Remember, 18-wheelers have bigger blind spots and it takes them longer to stop than a smaller vehicle. Eric Von Hassler here to remind you that if an 18-wheeler forces you to lay your bike down, you need to call in Steel Horse Law. Attorney George Stein is a motorcycle rider and he understands bikers' needs. Get more info and request a free Rider's Advantage card at steelhorselaw.com.
Take your summer celebration to the next level with a Bullfrog hot tub from Brown's Pools and Spas. Entertain and enjoy your yard with your family like never before. Only Bullfrog offers the jetpack therapy system, allowing you to customize each seat to fit every body in your family. Shop our Independence Day hot tub sale now. Instant rebates up to $1,500 or special financing for up to 120 months. Offer ends July 7th. Celebrating over 50 years of brownspools.com.
Atlanta DIY landlords, listen up. If you're exhausted from managing your rental properties all by yourself, my friends at Renters Warehouse Atlanta offering a 90-day test drive. Hire Renters Warehouse to manage your rental property for a low flat monthly fee as low as $115. If you're not satisfied at any time in the first 3 months, you can fire them. Get your management fees back. What do you get for that low flat monthly fee? A dedicated property management team, maintenance coordination, move in and move out property condition reports, advanced tenant screening with a 9-month tenant warranty, professional photography and videography, lease renewal processing and negotiations, online rent collection, monthly owner cash flow statements, and more. Renters Warehouse, so confident you'll love their service, they want an addition for your business. Choice is yours. Keep DIYing or see how Renters Warehouse can make your life easier. Start your 90-day test drive today. Go to rwatlanta.com or call 404-662-2322, 404-662-2322.
You can count on it.
You can try and plan for it.
But sometimes it gets the best of you.
Stalled big rig 75 southbound the outer loop at 166.
When it stops you from getting where you need to be.
Atlanta's most trusted traffic team gets you there.
You slow just east of Georgia 400.
Atlanta's most up-to-date traffic reports from local and trustworthy people.
Every time you listen. Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
It's 10:36, and that means it's now time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. We're checking in with Jay Holloway in the WSB 24-hour traffic center. Hey, Jay, what's going on out there?
Hey, Michelle. Got road maintenance in Clayton County wiping out 2 left lanes of 85 northbound near 139. That's Riverdale Road, exit 70. Also, road crews claiming left lane at I-85 southbound in Gwinnett near exit 101, Indian Trail, Lilburn Road. Also, 2 left lanes on the outer loop of 25 northbound in DeKalb County are shut down for road maintenance near the I-20 interchange, which is exit 46. Jay Holloway, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy for Thursday with scattered pop-up storms through the afternoon, high 95. Lows on Friday morning in the low 70s. Friday afternoon, scattered pop-up storms, high 93. Saturday, high 91 with thunderstorms through the afternoon.
Checking out Storm Tracker radar, we do have some showers still in the Carroll County area. They're moving into Coweta and South Fulton County on into Fayette County. It's 83 degrees in Holly Springs, 78 in Douglasville, 80 in Peachtree City, and 81 right here on Peachtree Street. More news head your way at 11 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
It is Saturday and Sunday nights. Saturday, Clearwater, Florida. Looking forward to seeing all of you. If you need information about the show, what time to get there, all that. Show starts at 7 sharp. That's what I'm told. So looking forward to seeing you on Saturday night, Sunday night, Fort Lauderdale. Saturday at the Ruth Eckerd Hall, Sunday at the Broward Center for Performing Arts. That's all coming up this weekend. For information, if you're coming, it's at Hannity.com. Looking forward to seeing all of you. We're going to have a great time. This is going to be a great show, and we're going to have a lot of laughs, a lot of fun, and celebrate, fast cars and freedom and liberty and Donald Trump's success. Anyway, looking forward to seeing you. Listen, it's a very dangerous world we live in. You need to protect your home. You need to protect your family. You need a home security system. If you don't have one, there's no better time than right now to get a Simply Safe home security system. You go to simplysafe.com/Hannity. Right now, you'll get 50% off. One of our listeners writes, I work everything from burglaries, home invasions, smash and grabs, assaults, to horrific murder cases. No one should be without an alarm system, and Simply Safe fits the bill perfectly. And I can't tell you how much peace of mind I have when I leave my home and my family alone. Now, what I love about Simply Safe, and they've been with us for many, many years on this program, is they continue to advance technology. Now AI, Active Guard, outdoor protection. Now think about this. If somebody's lurking around your home, acting suspiciously around your home, well, you have live agents that can literally talk to them in real time. Excuse me, sir, that is lurking. You are trespassing. Please leave the premises immediately. The police are on the way. They can contact the police in real time, talk to them in real time, activate spotlights in real time. This is before they even get near a door or a window near your home. No long-term contract, no cancellation fee, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, or your money back. Right now, 50% off. Just go to simplysafe.com/Hannity, and you'll get the 50% off with on any new system with a professional monitoring plan. You'll also get your first month free. Simplysafe.com/Hannity, because there's no safe like Simply Safe. All right, Jeffrey out in the United Socialist Utopia of Radical Gavin Newsom. What's up, Jeffrey? How are you?
How you doing, boss? Thanks for taking my call. Listening to tidbits of the mayoral race in New York and being in a state that keeps raising minimum wage, I really wish the voters understood that it's just a high school class president race when they promise all this. Because if you understand profit margins as you do and people work a job, if a company has a 20% profit margin on a $20 an hour minimum wage and they raise it to 30, they're going to raise that 20%, which is $6 instead of $4. So even if you make more money, you're going to be able to buy less with that money because the profit margins are always going to match economics, and that doesn't change. And every time you raise the minimum wage, everyone's cost of living goes up. It doesn't go down just because you make more money. And then you're paying more taxes on it. So you make less, and people just don't get it.
Listen, it is everything that has gone wrong in California and New York is now magnified. And this is the most extreme. I mean, you have probably the most radical, extreme Democratic government, maybe competing with New York, maybe between the two states. I mean, and then look at the results. Your cities, your towns are not safe, they're not secure. Quality of life issues are very, very real. And you have a lot of problems there, and it's all caused by government.
Yeah. And that's the craziest part, is if they throw money at people, say, here's more money, that's going to solve your problems. They don't realize that in the end, it's just sinking your states into further despair. The more money they throw at a problem, it's just getting worse. And it's the same thing. If they keep voting in these Democrats, voting in these people, these socialist mentalities that will solve it all by more government control, it's just going to ruin their lives faster.
Well, I appreciate your call, but you get the government you elect. Linda, you happy about Mamdani?
I hate Mamdani.
Tell us how you really feel.
I hate him. I think he's dangerous. I think he's scary. He's an anti-Semite.
Scary.
He hates cops. He hates
Terrible.
New York. He hates America. He sits and hangs out with people who think that, we deserve 9/11. I tell you what, he's a little prince. His mother worked in Hollywood. He was in Disney movies. He goes by the name of Cardamom and raps about spicy fish. He's never had a job. He's never ran a business. He's going to destroy this city that once was the capital of the United States. It's already a dump, and now it's going to be a bigger dump. Only now it's going to be run over with freaking
But I
religious
got to give you
zealots.
credit. Pennsylvania is not perfect, but it's a lot better than New York and California, and you're in the Commonwealth, thank goodness.
Yeah, but we
I'm in
got
the Free
scumbag
State.
Shapiro. I mean, honestly, I never thought I'd get to the day where I like Fetterman better than Shapiro. My God. Shapiro's a real,
Fetterman's actually,
real POS.
he has been the biggest surprise of any Democrat I've seen in modern history. All right, let's say Ianthe is in New York. What's up, Ianthe? How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call. And I will say to start, you're right.
Thank you very much. Occasionally, you know, I never get credit nor want credit nor really claim it, but we are right on, you know, everything involving, you know, the scandals and impeachment and Russia hoax and, you know, all the other important issues that come up. I mean, you know, why is it we get Richard Jewell, Duke Lacrosse, UVA, Ferguson, Missouri, Freddie Gray, Baltimore, you know, we get right, the media gets everything wrong. We work hard, and you expect that from me. You know, you wouldn't listen to somebody that gives you phony information like the legacy media, so thank you.
Well, there's three phrases I never hear, and I don't understand why. One is that they call us the right because we are right. Everybody thinks that, but nobody says that. The second is a seat snob really needs to come back into the lexicon. People can perfectly. And the other is damned fools and Democrats. That needs to be said by everyone 1,000 times a day until it starts getting through to them. But I quit for two reasons, and I'm exercised about both these things. One, I don't understand why Netanyahu even consulted and Bibi Netanyahu why he even mentioned to President Trump the possibility of taking out the Ayatollah. I don't understand why he just didn't go ahead and do it. Then
Listen, I don't want to get into the details, but I know enough to know that the level of coordination between the two countries was at the highest level, and a lot of what you might read or hear or see is not exactly accurate. And remember, you know, Israel really needed American help on these nuclear facilities. That was the biggest threat, an existential threat, not just to Israel, but to the world. And so there's a lot more behind the scenes that we're never going to learn, or, you know, so we kind of have to, you know, give them a little bit of grace in terms of what they decided together. But I know that the Prime Minister is extraordinarily grateful to the President for what he did on Saturday night. That I know. And if you would have told me on Saturday night that we would be here on Wednesday talking about a ceasefire holding in light of everything that went down in the previous 12 days, I don't think I would have believed it.
I don't believe it. I know how smart the president is. I know how good his instincts are. And for some reason, the first time I ever became aware of him, I was living in New York City in the 80s. I was in Cardozo Law School. I opened the New York Post, and I saw a picture of him with a skating rink, and the words just came out of my mouth without foresight. That man is going to be president of the United States someday. We are so lucky to have him. It's unbelievable. And I understand why he may be talking about negotiating, but you can't negotiate with these people. You're never going to have an agreement and a truce with them.
You know, but he's got to stay true to what his doctrine is, and Israel's going to have to do what they have to do. For example, if the Iranians start using proxies again to attack Israel, I'm sure that the Iranians will be blamed, and that would probably be an end to the ceasefire. I mean, I can envision numerous scenarios. The radical, you know, mullahs, or at least those that remain, and generals in Iran have been humiliated on the world stage, and I'm sure they want revenge. And I'm sure that they're thinking about rebuilding their ballistic missile, probably in the back of their mind rebuilding their nuclear ambitions and pursuing them again. But the president, you know, sent a pretty clear message today at the NATO summit when he said, I'll just take them out again. Other presidents should learn from this. Future presidents should learn from this. Anyway, Anthony, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, quick break. Right back. We'll continue more of your calls straight ahead. Toll free. Our number is 800-941-SEAN. If you want to be a part of the program, former Senator Scott Brown is going to join us. He has a big
process, safely, professionally, and with compassion. We can also find honest, qualified legal representation if necessary. Don't fall for scam artists whose only concern is their wallets and not your health. We also document your injuries so that you get the settlement you deserve. Call us at 404-333-7777 to schedule a free consultation or visit painfreeatlanta.com. That's 404-33-47s or visit painfreeatlanta.com.
Motorcycle riders know that a distracted driver can knock you down. It's nice to know that Steel Horse Law can pick you back up. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler for Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group. In the worst possible scenario, when someone causes you to lay your bike down, Steel Horse Law will get you the best possible settlement. Their name strikes fear in the heart of big insurance companies because Steel Horse Law is respected and will make them pay. Visit steelhorselaw.com.
This is a traffic red alert from 95.5 WSB.
Heads up, Clayton County just seen finding a crash on 675 southbound that's blocking all lanes near 42 and 23. Blocking all lanes. You can take 155 as your alternate. Again, all lanes blocked in 675 southbound at the State Road 42 exit. Take 155 to get around. It's Jay Holloway, 95.5 WSB traffic.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Wesley Financial Group is no longer.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. The truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, or if I look like an attorney, I apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years of the timeshare cancellation is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've had over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-601-5050. 800-601-5050. That's 800-601-5050.
We have Vito in Florida. Vito, how are you? My free state. What's going on, sir?
John, how are you, sir?
Oh, good. What's going on?
Hey, John, I want to pick your brain a little bit about this, the mayoral candidate there, Andy for the church, please.
Yeah.
How is
Donnie is his name.
Donnie, okay. Well, hopefully we don't have to use it much. But, how is it?
Hey, go ahead.
Oh, law. How is it not possible we don't remotely have a federal law that says you have to be born in the United States to be part of the politics, to run a major city, let alone after that, then to become a Bernie Sanders, to become a senator. Like Omar, the next one and the next one. I mean, this is what destroys our Congress. So it's like we don't start at the bottom before they get to the top. Well, we're beating a dead horse. That's what I think.
This is why I've been saying to people that, a lot of these states are gone. I will tell you, if Donnie becomes the mayor of New York City, that I am telling you where I live in South Florida right now, every major Wall Street firm has offices. Everyone.
Et pour le pouce, c'est apprécié.
Wall Street South.
Old Gamer.
Every major bank, every private equity group, every company you can think of on Wall Street is here. And at the end of the day, if this guy thinks he's going to tax, all of these corporations into oblivion and the rich into oblivion, they are all in mass. They're going to leave. Governor DeSantis is already saying this is going to be great for real estate in South Florida. And he's not wrong if Mamdani wins. It will be an incredible exodus, the likes of which we've never seen. The one thing I've learned about really wealthy people, and I'm not talking about trust fund rats, and I don't really know those people, to be honest. I just don't. Most people that I know that have achieved any success in life, they did it the old-fashioned way, the hard way. And I don't begrudge anyone's success. I actually celebrate success and meritocracy and hard work. I don't know any other way. I learned that.
Oui, le personnage est complètement animé.
But I can tell you,
Mais le personnage, c'est une marionnette, c'est moi en fait, là. C'est comme un VTuber. Virtual YouTuber. Le vrai terme. Merci pour l'abonnement, c'est super apprécié.
Every time I was ever on a subway, I'd run into the guy. He lived down there. New Yorkers love him, and he cares about the city, and he would clean it up. I think he followed the model that Rudy Giuliani set. Rudy Giuliani saved the city of New York. There's no doubt about it. And forget about what you may disagree with Rudy today. As mayor, he was phenomenal. He did a great job, and he rescued New York City at the time it needed to be rescued. Anyway, I appreciate the call, my friend. Thank you. 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. Linda, how much do I love to cook? You hear me raving about my own cooking all the time.
I think you're pretty excited about your own cooking, for sure.
I love my own cooking. There's no better feeling. I don't care what you make. If you're making a juicy steak or a burger, I don't care if it's chicken or pork chops or pork ribs. I make a lot of pork ribs, meat, fish, whatever. You love that feeling when you cut into it and it comes out just the way you wanted it, perfect every time. Well, now with Chef IQ Sense, it will be right every time. It's a completely modern, wireless cooking thermometer. It takes all guesswork out of cooking. Let's say you're cooking a steak. It tells you when to flip your steak over. You go on the Chef IQ app. It's so simple to use. You pick your desired level of doneness, and it'll tell you when to flip over your steak. It'll tell you when your steak is done, and it'll be perfect every single time. You want it medium, you want it rare, you want it medium rare, it'll get right every time. And just go to chefiq.com. You'll get 15% off Chef IQ Sense. By the way, while you're there, check out the Chef IQ Mini Oven. Now, you can pre-order them. I got an early version. It is spectacular, game changer, best-in-class features. You'll never use your conventional...
Du Québec.
It's a Chef IQ Mini Oven. You put it right on your counter. It's awesome. You can pre-order that too. Just go to chefiq.com, save 15% on Chef IQ Sense.
Beaucoup des followers qui viennent de France aussi. Je m'excuse pour l'accent en passant, je suis pas... j'ai pas un super beau parler.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, or if I look like an attorney, I apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare or...
5h du matin. Nous ici, il est pas loin de... Il est 11h PM. 11h du soir.
That's 800-601-5050.
WSB consumer expert Clark Howard.
I am so frustrated. The legislature did such a good thing by trying.
C'est le fun à savoir. On est des cousins lointains.
They only went part way and allowed local governments and school boards to say
quoi qui t'amène sur la chaîne? C'est-tu les recommandations ou c'est par curiosité t'as cliqué?
And set in place, like other states have, a state-mandated cap on how much your and my property taxes can go up year to year. I'm Clark Howard.
News, weather, traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hey there, good evening to you. It's 11 o'clock. I'm Michelle Wright, and our top local story this hour, the DeKalb County Solicitor drops all charges against the Latino journalist who was thrown into ICE custody after his arrest while reporting on a protest earlier this month.
Even as Emmy-winning reporter Mario Guevara identified himself as media, DeKalb County police officers arrested him the moment he stepped backwards off a curb as he live-streamed a No King's Day protest. DeKalb Solicitor General
European Truck Sim et American Truck Sim. Ouais, les deux sont super le fun. J'ai une petite préférence pour American Truck Sim parce que c'est plus proche de la maison, autrement dit. Là.
82 degrees right now in Atlanta, warm and muggy for the rest of the evening, and any showers or storms that we had will be tapering off in the overnight hours. Another 90-plus degree day on tap for tomorrow.
Si. Le F350 qui s'en allait passer à côté de moi.
Meanwhile, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Carroll, Clayton, Cobb,
PC ou tu joues sur console?
Douglas, Fayette, Fulton, Henry, Rockdale, and Spalding counties until about 4 a.m. in the morning. An Uber driver is facing charges following a now viral video showing a violent encounter with a passenger near the Atlanta airport.
An emotional Tabitha Turner says her character is being questioned following the incident.
This is so hurtful, and this is happening.
Turner says the encounter started when she asked the driver, Nicole Smith, to close the windows and turn on the AC. After a back and forth, Turner says Smith demanded she get out of the car on the interstate. After refusing, Turner started recording. Moments later, Smith sprays her with mace. Turner admits she hit Smith after being maced. Tateville police have charged Smith with battery. Turner's attorneys say they are considering a civil action. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
International travelers can now take advantage of the enhanced passenger processing kiosk.
Ouais, il est vraiment le fun.
In a matter of seconds, American citizens can get cleared through customs.
Moi, j'ai installé des modifications de jeu, des mods, pour avoir plus de trafic. Parce que je trouvais que les routes étaient trop vides. Oh.
The system is in place at 7 other U.S. airports as well. A deadly shooting in Henry County is being investigated as a domestic incident.
Upon arrival at a home on Weymouth Drive, Locust Grove Police...
Moi, je suis sur PC en ce moment.
As they were fixing to make entry, the suspect came out the front door and surrendered.
Chief Derek Austin says police then found 2 other people inside the home. An adult male was dead from a gunshot wound. An adult female was severely injured and taken to the hospital. They all appear to be acquainted.
I do not know the relationship of all these people, but I do know they were all living in one house.
The suspect now in custody. The circumstances of what led to the shooting now under investigation. Fairfield 95.5 WSB.
And it's a real setback in housing last month.
New home sales in May fell nearly 14% from a year ago to a 7-month low, even as builders cut selling prices.
Oui, avec les graphiques au maximum pis tout, on dirait que ça a un certain réalisme. Moi, j'aime surtout les jeux qui sont plus tranquilles. C'est pas d'explosion, pas de boum boum partout, là. C'est plus... je fais mes petites livraisons tranquilles. Puis tu tombes sur l'épisode 1 en plus. Ça fait plusieurs fois que je joue à ce jeu-là, mais c'est la première fois que je le stream.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic. Out of Spaghetti Junction along 285 westbound and a crash on Peachtree Boulevard 141 southbound before 285. Brought to you by the Cool Rate Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hey, as Shelley went, sleep apnea could be silently wrecking your health. Untreated, it spikes your risk of heart disease, strokes, and diabetes. Are you snoring loudly? Waking up exhausted? Your body's sounding the alarm. Don't ignore it. Are you frustrated with the CPAP? Those bulky masks and noisy tubes aren't for everyone. Palmetto Sleep has a better answer. Custom oral appliances, quiet, comfortable, and perfect for mild to moderate sleep apnea. Sleep better, feel better. No sleep lab needed. Get an at-home sleep test in your own bed, often covered by...
Accident direct dans la sortie, je peux pas prendre ma sortie ici.
Call Palmetto Sleep now at 770-230-0222. That's 770.
La seule chose qui me fatigue un petit peu, c'est avec le trafic, c'est la couleur de certains véhicules. C'est des couleurs qui sont pas trop réalistes, des couleurs qu'on voit pas vraiment. Mais ça doit être ajustable à quelque part.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life
50-70, ok, t'as plus haut que moi. Moi, j'ai une 30-90 Supreme. C'est une 24 GB. Mais 5-70, c'est quoi? C'est 18, 24?
policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with Select Quote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required.
C'était 128 GB de RAM, 24 GB de carte graphique.
My list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
When news breaks,
President Trump stands by his claims that U.S. strikes in Iran over the weekend were a complete success. We've got it covered.
This is what a leaker is telling you the intelligence says. That's the game these people play.
with news at the time.
R7. Ok, t'es un setup plus récent, toi.
We think it's over. I don't think they're going to be going back at each other.
95.5
Atlanta's breaking news station.
It's 11:06, which means it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. We're checking in now with Jay Holloway in the WSB 24-hour traffic center. Hey, Jay, what's going on out there?
Hey, we got a crash in Clayton County. The wipes out on the left lane is 675 southbound and stacking up near exit 2. That's for Highway 4.
T'as l'air d'avoir un bon ordinateur. T'as l'air d'avoir une bonne tour.
Also heavy delays in Henry County 75 northbound as road maintenance cancels out 2 right lanes near the Jodico Road exit 222.
63 ans, c'est pour ça, old gamer. En passant, je juge pas, l'âge, c'est juste un chiffre.
That's exit 30. Can't confirm what gives there just yet. Possibly road maintenance, but don't want to assume. Jay Holloway, 95.5 WSB traffic.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy Thursday with pop-up showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon, high 95. Lows in the low 70s for Friday morning. Friday afternoon, more scattered pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 93. Scattered storms remain in the forecast Saturday, high 91.
Looking at Storm Tracker radar, we do have some of those pop-up showers that Christina was talking about in the Cobb County area. It's 82 degrees in Alpharetta, 78 in Lithia Springs, 81 in Marietta, 82 here in Midtown. More news is heading your way at 11:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
The Sean Hannity Show, sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get a guaranteed offer on your home today.
Moi, Rétro Viking, c'est pour ma préférence de jeu. Je suis plus dans les jeux rétro. C'est la Super Nintendo, la NES, la Nintendo Entertainment System, la Nintendo 64, la GameCube, la Sega Genesis. C'est tous les jeux des années 80 en montant. C'est plus ma préférence, mais on m'a avoué que sur la chaîne, j'ai beaucoup plus de jeux récents. C'est juste parce que j'ai pas vraiment le temps de streamer à tous les jours. Mais normalement, je suis un joueur de jeux rétro. Beaucoup plus.
Since then, I've had a lot of different titles. A soldier, senator, coach, husband, dad, and the Republican that won the so-called Kennedy seat. And President Trump's ambassador to New Zealand and Samoa.
C'est avec ça que j'ai grandi. Mais le jeu rétro, il revient en mode beaucoup. Là.
For my 4 grandchildren and all of yours. And like a lot of you, I'm worried about where this country is headed. New Hampshire is an amazing place to live, work, and raise a family. We've been blessed by 2 great governors, Chris Sununu and Kelly Ayotte. But in Washington, we haven't been represented by the right people. For 4 years, Chris Pappas has stood with Joe Biden as he opened the border, drove up the cost of everything, and made life just simply unaffordable. The extreme left wanted the police to fund it, Hamas to win, and men and women's sports. President Trump is fighting every day to right the ship. He sealed the border. He stood up.
La console Retrobox. Ok, ouais, ça c'est. Est-ce qu'il y a 100 000 jeux dessus ou quelque chose de même? Là? Il y a plusieurs consoles. Là. C'est un Raspberry Pi.
Joining us now is Republican Senate candidate Scott Brown is back with us. I don't know if I say congratulations or condolences. I'm not sure how to approach that to anybody that runs for office. I assume congratulations because you want to do it.
Well, first of all, we live in the greatest country in the world. It's an honor to.
Un émulateur, c'est ça, je cherchais le mot.
Let's start obviously with this conflict.
63 000 jeux quand même. Avec les émulateurs, à ça c'est quasiment... c'est infini ce que tu peux faire avec ça. Là. Si je me souviens, c'est pas gros, c'est un... peut-être 20 cm, c'est pas un petit peu plus, mais c'est pas... c'est tout petit. Tu peux l'amener partout. Un gros collectionneur. Moi, j'ai les vraies consoles. Ils sont toutes pluguées dans mon salon, sont toutes connectées. Puis j'ai sur mon PC un émulateur pour quand il y a des jeux que j'ai pas. Exemple, tu sais, il y a des jeux qui sont plus dispendieux que j'ai pas eu les moyens de m'acheter pour justement parce que je collectionne beaucoup. Puis il y a beaucoup de choses qui ont pris de la valeur avec le temps, fait que on n'a pas tout le temps l'occasion de s'y procurer. Mais sinon, la plupart des jeux que je joue, je les ai originales avec la console originale. Mais j'ai rien contre les personnes qui jouent sur émulateur, j'en ai un moi aussi. Fait que... Je l'ai installé par Steam, c'est Retro Arch, qu'il appelle, ou Retro Arch, dépendant de comment que personne la prononce. Là. Ouais, moi je suis gros collectionneur. Ça prend de la valeur avec le temps. C'est un investissement à long terme. C'est pour la nostalgie surtout. C'est les consoles avec quoi j'ai grandi, fait que ça a pas de prix. Ouais, le PS5 aussi. J'ai les consoles récentes, mais j'ai plus un penchant pour les rétros.
New Hampshire advantage, putting in more regulations, more taxes, the open border, the sanctuary city, the boys and men and women's and girls sports, fighting to protect the illegals, giving them rights, giving away all of our money and with it on different types of social programs. So they're upside down in that regard. And as a result of that, they come back from Washington and come and try to be a martyr.
Quand même. Moi, je suis pas encore rendu là. Je joue depuis que j'ai peut-être 5 ans, puis j'ai 30 ans. Fait que ça fait 25 ans. Pas 40 ans encore. Un jour.
Yeah, they really aren't. I mean, it was pretty miraculous that you were able to win in New Hampshire. I'm sorry, in Massachusetts when you did, but you're really a guy from New Hampshire.
Yeah. Born at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. First couple of days after my birth, I went on Islington Street, and then when my parents got divorced, I went to my grandparents, and obviously they helped my mom in Wakefield. But yeah, I have great memories.
62.
I was honored to serve there.
Ma mère est de 69.
Obviously, between the people I'm running against, listen, I've been a soldier, a father, grandfather, senator, ambassador, and I don't need another title. Chris Pappas is looking for one. But, I want a stronger America. And as a result of what we're seeing now, obviously in the Middle East, what we're seeing with China...
Juste un chiffre. On reste jeune en dedans.
Remember, when you're a U.S. Senator, you're not just representing your state. You're trying to make sure that the United States as a whole is safe and secure. You're making sure that we can have the tools and resources with our military to, defend ourselves. And that's what's at stake here.
Yeah. Let me ask you, you were talking about the Democratic Party. This is what this party is now evolved into. They had an impeachment vote yesterday, for example, in the House. I have not seen Senator Schumer or many, if any, Democratic senators, with the exception of John Fetterman, that has applauded the president's successful mission knocking out Iranian nuclear facilities.
Je viens de passer sur une jaune.
It's not surprising. I mean, if Donald Trump cured cancer, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't care. But this party has evolved into a party of radicalism. It's not the old Democratic Party of Bill Clinton. It's not the party of the
Pris environ 3 semaines à faire. C'est moi qui l'ai dessiné. Je suis illustrateur, infographiste en deuxième métier.
I don't think you're going to get one Democrat to vote for that bill. It also eliminates tax on tips and overtime. It also expands energy production to make America, help make America the most
Personne qui paye 2-3 000 $ pour s'en faire par des gens. Moi, j'ai préféré faire la mienne moi-même. On sauve des sous.
As we learned on Saturday night, we need that to stay ahead of our adversaries on that front. Did a party of, I argue, of coastal elites, woke elites, that champion the rights of men to play women's sports, that put the rights of illegals over the safety of our own citizens, even illegals that are gang members. I mean, look at the rhetoric out of Los Angeles. They've only been arresting murderers, child molesters, gangsters, drug dealers, and the most violent criminals. And you would think, it's the most horrible thing on earth, the party of Abrego Garcia. This is the party, that wouldn't stand for moms at a joint session speech of President Trump that lost their children because of their open borders policies. Now, that is the Democratic Party today. And, you talked about New Hampshire kind of, they stay Republican local, but they've sent pretty radical, consistent, Schumer, AOC, Democrats to the U.S. Senate. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, Sean, first of all, you're eloquently describing exactly what's happening in our country. They're not Boy or Girl Scout leaders, they're radical gangbangers, quite frankly, a lot of the people that they're trying to get out of here. Very dangerous, and you've noted that for months and months and months. Listen, bottom line is what you have to do is you're going to go earn the people's votes. You got to point out the differences between our records, and everything you talked about is what Chris Pappas, cares about. And if folks want to get involved, they can go to scottbrown.com and let's send a message. We announced today we're ready to rock and roll, and the things that the president is working for, and you pointed out many times as well. They can't find one thing, not $1, one program where we can save, some type of money, whether it's $100 or $1,000. It's the party of no. Just leave it alone. Well, if you leave it alone, it's going to fall apart. Whether it's any of our social programs, any of the programs that people actually need. If we don't kick the illegals that are getting Medicaid benefits, for example, out, they're going to drain the system. And if we don't do some other things and give people a small work requirement of 20 hours, Sean, you do that in a day. You're like 20 hours a day. You tell me you can't work 20 hours a week and volunteer and be an activist, go mow the lawn, volunteer at a baseball, youth baseball or basketball. Come on.
Well,
J'ai fait une grosse gaffe.
With their little talking point, the Republicans are going to cut Medicare, and Social Security, none of which is true. They're just eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. And for able-bodied people, they are insisting that, hey, you do something, even if it's volunteer, as you say.
Right, and Bill Clinton did it. And what was the problem? He dropped the rolls by 60%. He had a work requirement, so things gone so upside down, and we're not motivating. And this doesn't affect people with disabilities, pregnant moms, and others who have absolute disabilities, and they absolutely need that, and I'll fight harder than anyone to make sure they get it. But for people who are saying, you know what, I don't want to work, it's hot out today, and oh my gosh, Sean, they got to fill out a few papers. It's very complicated apparently. Give me a break, okay? Do your jobs, get off the couch, go help out, volunteer, and who knows, you may find something you really enjoy.
All right, quick break. We'll come back. More with, just announced, Republican Senate candidate from New Hampshire, Scott Brown, is with us.
Hey.
Then your calls on the other side, 800-941-SEAN, if you want to be a part of the program as we continue.
The Sean Hannity Show, a thermonuclear MMA assault on fake news. Hannity's on right now.
We see what's happening with Israel. They are at war for their survival, at war with Iran.
C'est ce que je vais faire.
Act of self-defense. Israel finally has had enough with the hundreds of thousands of rockets being fired into their country. And rightly, they have struck Iranian nuclear facilities, military targets, top leadership. Right now, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is on the ground preparing large-scale distributions of life-saving food, first aid, emergency kits, especially to Israel's most vulnerable people, the sick, the elderly, children, families in great need. Now, the Fellowship is also making sure that hospitals, emergency rooms, shelters are fully stocked with critical and life-saving medical supplies. But the Fellowship needs your most generous gift today. Now is the time to stand with Israel's most vulnerable. Please call as soon as possible. 888-4-IFCJ. That's 888-488-IFCJ. Online it's ifcj.org. That's ifcj.org today. Hey, my dear friend Peter Harris and his dad, they only care about providing great, tasty, healthy choices for you and your family. Everybody I know, including me, love their delicious grainberry cereals for breakfast. Now for dinner, you need to remember the name Silver Palette Pasta Sauce. Whole San Marzano.
Je pense qu'on l'a.
Tomatoes, no added sugar, no junk.
Ouais, hey.
For the big brand type, no. The name Silver Palette. Available at Kroger in
C'est un stationnement difficile, ça. Pas difficile parce que le stationnement était difficile, mais c'est moi qui ai eu de la misère.
There's lots of excuses for putting on life insurance.
Good.
You weren't there,
Bon.
pay the mortgage and other bills. With Ethos,
Ça va être ça pour ce soir.
10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos.
Moi, on va être en live demain à partir de 8h PM, heure de l'Est. Mais pour ce soir, on va caler ça une soirée terminée. Merci beaucoup d'être venu. Merci d'être abonné. Puis à la prochaine. Ça reviendra dire salut. Bye bye.
Necessary act of self-defense. Israel finally has had enough with the hundreds of thousands of